What's up, man? It's your boy Trey checking in. Bossman Kenneth. I'm gonna start a little series of just dog talk. I want to go and speak on everything dog. How do you want to turn your kennel into a business? The ins and outs of breeding, ins and outs of boarding, training. Mine will be more breed specific, as in, I deal with larger breed dogs, protection training, things like that. I also want to cover everything internally, externally with dogs. So today's episode, I was going to speak on, I get a lot of inquiries about becoming a dog breeder, and there's a perception that it's instantly, a lot of money and it's glamorous overnight, but that's not the case. More times than not, it's not the case. You have a few success stories, but more importantly, I'll tell you this. As with anything, I believe this, something I stand by. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So networking is everything, I say, in this dog game, man. Building relationships with people, building relationships with community, building relationships with veterinarians, building relationships with graphic designers. Just building relationships entirely. I've made so many connections with these dogs. So that's one thing I'll say. If you got a following of people following you and anything else, if you got other businesses, use that as a platform. I started with landscaping before I started with dogs. Just something to stand on. And each house that I went to, I would be sure to pitch my dog at the end of it, in order to get to the point I'm at. So I'm just going to cover a few things, to where you can get to that point to where your kennel is a full running business. Establish it as an LLC. So you want to be a dog breeder, right? First thing first I would do is I would start an LLC. Whatever state you're in, see what the cost is to start an LLC. Do that. Register your dogs to your LLC. And I say that's your first step because with the dogs that you have, me, I didn't start exactly off just puppies. I started importing adult dogs. And so when I would bring adult dogs in from overseas, you don't know the temperament on these dogs, So you want to make sure that you're not liable for anything that could happen. God forbid that one of these dogs gets out and bites someone else. You don't want them to coming after get your assets behind that. So register the dogs to the LLC, start an LLC, your kennel name, whatever it may be. A lot of people don't know that there's also Rottweilers, Dobermans, and German Shepherds are the three breeds that I know right now are tax write-offs for your business. So, not saying those are getting to those breeds for that, but it's just a benefit of dealing with those three breeds. Another thing that I would do is do your due diligence on what breeds you want to do. Everybody thinks they want to jump into Frenchies or Bullies, and that's cool for those that have a following and have a potential demand for those dogs. I know a lot of states, that I've ran into, high concentration of bully breeders. High concentration of bully breeders. Me specifically, I don't sell bullies or Frenchies. I see a lot of breeders do, so I try to find my own lane with the dogs that I enjoy, and also I feel there would be a need for purposeful dogs. That's what I breed for. I breed for purpose. So think of all that before you just hop into the dog game. Then you have to, as with anything that involves, transferring a lot amount of money, there's also paperwork. So stop buying these dogs, outside of your grocery store or outside of, on the side of the road for $400, $300, and then turn around and want to become a dog breeder. Because those dogs don't have the legitimacy needed in order for people to pay thousands of dollars for that product. You understand? Paperwork, registries. There's so many registries in the dog game now where you could still get bamboozled per se if you aren't up to date on your registries, if you aren't knowledgeable on what registries are deemed acceptable. So think of all that before you just get into it and decide, hey, I want to breed dogs. I got a dog, I got a boy, I got a girl, I'm gonna mate them. It's health testing. You know, you want dogs that are health tested. That's something that I didn't know getting into the dog game. And I bred 2 Rottweilers that I shouldn't have bred. You know, thank God that the puppies are okay and everything happened was all right. But you gotta do your research. You gotta look into the breeds, look into what those breeds tend to carry as far as genetic disorders, what they're more prone to, behavior. You know, does their behavior of that breed fit your lifestyle? You know, me, I can't get a Belgian Malinois. I could barely deal with Presa Canarios, but you know, I don't have that need or that desire for a high-strung, high-energy dog like that. Some do. You know? Also, I wouldn't, you know, that's not the dog I would tend to breed. You know, there's a demand for it, for sure, but find that demand first. I didn't have that. I had a demand for a certain breed of dog that I seen a necessity for, and I seen a lack of in my community. So think about all that. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on it. You know, I went over it. That was a quick little overview. If you got any questions, you could, you know, message me on Instagram at bossmankennels_. Like, subscribe. I know everybody put that in the beginning, but that shit's annoying as fuck when I be watching. So like, subscribe, please. If not, oh well. But yeah, that's how I feel. You know, costs money to make money. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's not as pretty as some of us make it seem. You know. Also, shout out to the people who gotta pay homage to those that put me on this YouTube game. My boy Proctor House Rottweilers. I'm gonna tag him on there too once I figure out everything. You know, we from the grassroots over here at Boss Man Kennels, so once I figure out the transitioning on all this graphic design shit, then we'll get more continuity in these videos. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.